You might have heard of people advising you कि 10th कर लो फिर life set, PCM लेके 12th कर लो फिर life set, JEE दे दो फिर life set. But is that really true? Like, does becoming an engineer set your life? And if not, then why is everyone running behind it? Now, the real question that a lot of you keep asking is that if I go to private college instead of an NIT or IIT, is the degree even worth it? And the answer is, it depends on your mindset. Wait, let me explain before you just close the video. If you're doing engineering only for the sake of getting a degree and job for BTech, which majority of people do still today, that is, if you have a job-oriented mindset, then you'll probably never discover your true potential. Engineers are meant to be innovators, not machines that study for 8 semesters and become corporate laborers. Yes, the college name can definitely give you a kickstart, but passion, skills, curiosity, and dedication decides how far you go in the long term. Trust me, if you genuinely study your subjects and build skills with interest, stay consistent, and give your 100%, then you can even leave IITians and NITians behind. So, you don't have to be one of those million people studying engineering. You have to become the top 2%, the one who masters the skill they choose. No matter what college you get into, private or government, you will still have to work hard to build a successful career for yourself. Don't live with the extreme mindset that getting admission into one particular college will either make your career or destroy it. Before choosing a private college, let us understand the 8 factors you should look into, and the third one is the most important. So do not skip that. First one comes as the curriculum. One thing that most students completely ignore while choosing a college is the curriculum. A good curriculum helps you learn the skills that companies are actually looking for instead of spending 4 years studying things you will never use in your career. And we all know that the maximum opportunities and highest paying careers are in the computer science department. The tech industry changes every few months, but many colleges take years to update their curriculum. This is the curriculum of my brother's college. He's studying at an NIT, a great college. Now, there's nothing wrong with learning fundamentals. They are important, but the question is, does the curriculum prepares you for industry-relevant work? Now, let me show you the curriculum of my college. Notice the difference. Instead of waiting until the 3rd or 4th year, we are learning AI, software development, open source, startup, and industry-relevant tools from much earlier. There's no point joining a college in 2026 and still being taught an outdated syllabus that was designed years ago. That's why before choosing a college, it's very important to check what they are actually teaching. Now, the second factor comes here is the faculty or the teachers and college infrastructure. There are very few private colleges in India that are privately funded and are still considered top universities. One of the biggest differences between a good and an average college is the quality of faculty and the infrastructure they provide to students. At SHT, you will see that most faculty, apart from having teaching experience, also have industry experience. Also, there's a lot of personalization through mentoring so that no student is left behind. You simply cannot choose a college without considering these 2 things: faculty and infrastructure, because these are the things you will interact with every single day for next 4 years. The quality of faculty often has a bigger impact on your learning than students realize. You can literally go to LinkedIn, search for the professors teaching at that college, and see their experience, qualifications, industry background, and what they have actually worked on. Trust me, a 10-minute search can save 4 years of your college. Now, the third and one of the most important factor comes here is the peers. You have probably heard of this, but I'm gonna say it again. You are the average of the 5 people you spend most of the time with. College is the place where you'll be spending 4 years with the friends you make. Your college friends will influence your mindset, your habits, confidence, and even your career choices. Your friend circle has a bigger impact on your future than you think. That's why it's important to choose a college where you can surround yourself with ambitious, growth-oriented people. And growth doesn't only mean career growth. Maybe one friend helps you to improve your communication skills. Maybe another introduces you to hackathons. And at the same time, don't just focus on what others can do for you. Ask yourself what value you are bringing to the group, because the best friendships are the ones where everyone grows together. One of my friends and 13 other people got selected for GSOC, For context, GSOC is one of the most prestigious open source programs in the world, ran by Google. And for most colleges, having even a few students crack GSOC in a year is a big deal. In fact, 3 teams comprising SST students won the Meta Hackathon. In 2024, 12K people applied, but only 440 came here with a selection rate of 3.8%. 137 of the students also had offers from Tier 1 colleges and still chose SST. So when everyone around you is doing something interesting, you automatically feel motivated to push yourself as well, and you grow faster. So before joining a college, you should check their selection rate by asking college authorities. Good colleges are usually transparent about these numbers because the quality of a college is not just defined by what it teaches, it's also defined by the people it brings together. Now, the fourth point comes here is campus culture. Imagine yourself spending the next 4 years in a college where nobody is talking about anything beyond attending classes. Sounds boring, right? That is why campus culture matters so much. Let's divide this into 2 parts. First one is the growth. Are students around you building projects, learning skills, doing internships, participating in hackathons, or starting startups? Because if everyone around you is working hard and growing, you'll automatically feel motivated to do the same. Students here at SST have access to innovation labs, research opportunities, hackathons, startup activities, and clubs where they can actually build things instead of just talking about them. SST's Innovation Lab focuses on areas like AI, ML, robotics, IoT, and other emerging technologies. Now, the second part is fun. College is not just about classes and placements, it's a lot more. That's where clubs, societies, and fests come in. So it's important that your college gives you opportunities to join such clubs or societies like music and drama club, organizing the college fest, which helps you grow not only academically but in other aspects as well. Talking about fest, Yugandhar, our student-led cultural fest, has grown into a large event with thousands of registrations, multiple events, and participation from colleges across the country, and is Bangalore's one of the biggest cultural and tech fests. Now, the fifth point is the placement opportunities. Now, there are 2 types of students. First is the students from middle-class families, and second is the students from well-off families. For most of middle-class families, engineering is a hope. Parents hope that after 4 years, life will become a little easier. So, getting a stable job and earning a lot of money after completing your engineering degree is a priority for most students. At SST, students have received offers from a wide range of companies. Global MNCs, consumer tech startups, AI native companies, defense tech firms, companies that regularly hire from top colleges like IITs and NITs are also hiring from SST, like Amazon, Rippling, Slice, Zeta. The current average package is over 20 LPA, and in SST's very first placement cycle, the highest offer reached is 44 LPA. Before their final year had even begun, 36% of the students had already converted their internships into full-time job offers. Whenever you are choosing a college, don't just look at the placement numbers, look at the environment. Because placements aren't an outcome of luck. They are an outcome of the environment you are part of every single day. Now, the sixth factor to check here is entrepreneurship culture. We have spent 12 to 14 years in school, but we are never taught in school about entrepreneurship, startups, or fundraising. Now, it's really important that the college you choose has entrepreneurship and startup culture. Maybe you don't want to start a company today. Most students don't. But being around people who are building products, pitching ideas, and talking about startups changes the way you think. A simple way to do that is to see how many startups have come out of the college in the last few years. SST has something called the Innovation Lab, where 20 plus startups are being built, and there is a dedicated 1 crore fund available there, along with a lot of mentoring for technologies across robotics, machine learning, etc. Recently, there is a startup that incubated at SST called NeoSapiens, which has been featured at Shark Tank, and they raised funding of 80 lakhs. Naga Chaitanya, a SST student, is currently working at Pocket, a YC-backed startup based in San Francisco, and was flown out of Network School in Singapore for it as well. Okay, coming to 7th factor, that is fees. A lot of students and parents only look at one thing while choosing an engineering college, that is fees. And this is the mistake most students make. If you're taking a private college, don't just blindly go for the cheapest option. There is no point spending 5 lakhs for a random tier 3 college that gives you no exposure, no placements, and almost zero growth opportunities. Sometimes spending more on a genuinely good college gives you much better ROI in long run. A good college can give you strong alumni connections, better seniors, internship opportunities, referrals, startup exposure, better placements, and talking about SST, the total fees including tuition fees, hostel fees, mess, everything is around 26 lakhs, assuming that final year will not be on campus. Now, the way to look at fees, especially by parents, should be as an investment. Look at two different students. Student A placed at 15 LPA and student B placed at 10 LPA. As you can see, after 5 years, student A is actually earning 38 lakhs more than student B. And if you zoom out further to 10 years, the gap increases to 92 lakhs. At the 20-year mark, the gap increases to 3.2 crores. Your undergrad is going to happen only once. Therefore, it's important to look at this decision as an investment. But there are also scholarship options available. A lot of colleges are ready to support students financially by providing scholarships. So basically, your entire engineering becomes free, or some percentage of it gets waived off based on your performance and financial condition. This becomes very helpful for students, especially female engineering students, because many scholarships even cover 100% of their fees. At SST, there are 2 scholarships available. The first one is merit-based and the second one is need-based. All you need to do while filling up the form for SST is to ensure that you share all your details carefully. Apart from the scholarships, education loans are also easily available with low interest rates, which students can repay after college once they start earning. Now, the 8th factor is the selection process. The way a college selects its students tells you a lot about the kind of people you'll be studying with for next 4 years. Many colleges admit students based on a single exam score, but a person's potential can't always be measured by just one number. That's why it's important to see how holistic the admission process is. At SST, there's no reservation and the selection process looks at multiple factors. Students go through an entrance test and 2 rounds of interviews. This means that the students are not just only basis of marks. The evaluation criteria considers your overall profile, your performance in school, competitive exams, and SST's own entrance exam, that is NSET. In fact, if you look at the top universities around the world, many of them follow a similar approach. They don't make decisions based on a single score. They look at a complete profile of a student. So, if you're comparing colleges this year, don't make your decision based on only rankings, brand names, or placement numbers. Look deeper. Look at the curriculum, the faculty, the peers, the campus culture, and the opportunities you'll have over the next 4 years. Because at the end of the day, your career won't be built by a college name alone. It will be built by the environment you are a part of and the effort you put in every single day. So choose a college that helps you become the best version of yourself.